Hi class. Today I'm gonna talk about section 2.2 graph of the function. So the graph of the function is a visual way to exhibit the relationship between two numerical quantities. Okay, let's move down to the next page. Graph of revenues as a function of demand. So let's do an example here. This is simple talking about the ballpoint pens. And under here is a graph of the revenue function, which is a parabola, right? And the vertical line here is present for the vertical line here is present for the revenues, and horizontal is present for the number sold. So according to the graph, you can tell us the revenues with the number sold is 40,000, right? So this is like input for number sold, which is 40,000. So say number sold. And from the graph, this should be equal to, this should give you the revenue as 24,000. So $24,000, right? Okay, so let's move down. Maybe I would like to talk more about the maximum revenues of this graph. You can see that at this point, which is the maximum revenues. So in order to get this maximum revenue, you need to have the number sold at 80,000. So let me using number sold. $80,000. Or in the order pair, I can write as 80,000, comma, 32,000. So we circle this one. All right. So if there is another question, say when you don't have any revenue, so you want to look at this point 0, 0, and you see that if you don't have anything sold, you don't gonna have any revenues, so it'll be 0, 0. But in another side, you see that at this point, even though the number sold is 160,000, right? Which is a huge amount, but you still don't have any revenue for this. So if you open a business, you should know that with a sometimes even with a very huge amount of sold, it still could not make any revenues. Okay, so let's me move to the next page. I should also write this one is 0. Okay. So still with the same example, I have the price demand equation for this problem. Selling ballpoint pen is this equation. Okay. And remember that X is the demand for ballpoint pens at a price, which is P. P is price. Now, the question is express the revenue RP as the function of the price per pen. That means what? That means they want the function of revenues gonna be in terms of price. Okay, so you should know that revenues gonna be equal to the price time with the price time with a number of demand. So number of demand is X here. In here, this is X, but in terms of P, but actually it actually could write as P of X in here. Don't confuse with X multiplied by P there. It actually is X in terms of P. It is an equation of X in terms of P. Okay, so now let's see. So I would love to just cross this because why? Because it may make you confused. So you may be just take a look at the px here, and because you know that x is an equation in terms of p here, I can substitute it and get another equation with only term of p. So now let me change it. So the left hand side is still the revenue, right? The right hand side is p times x, but x now I can substitute from the equation above, which is 160,000 minus for 200,000 p. And you see that now everything is in terms of p. And if you want to just do the tuition, you can rewrite this this equation, this function as let me write it up here. P will be equal to 160,000 P minus 200,000 of P square when you do the tuition. All right. So that should be the answer for express the revenues RP in term price per pen P. Okay, I'm gonna circle this as the answer. Now, what the price should be charged to get the most revenue? What does that mean? That means revenue is max, right? You should know that when is revenue is max. Take a look at the graph. I know that it is the maximum of revenue, which is 32,000. $32,000. And at the price per pen P is equal to $40 per pen. Okay. So that should be the, so then the price should be $40 charge for each per pen to get the most revenue. Okay, let's move down. All right, so I have finished section 2.2. I will talk about 2.3 in the next video. Okay.